Welcome to Trade Caps exclusive analysis. Today's video we're discussing Meta tests on some of the mega caps and what we're looking for and expecting over the coming session. So first things first, Meta getting absolutely trashed in the after hours. You can see it closed at 493.15, and in the after hours it actually wicked all the way down to that 400. It pierced the 400 number. So I mean, it's still a precipitous fall on Meta. That's not a that's a nasty breakdown reactions on earnings. A mega gap down tomorrow. Communication stocks are going to be under pressure. Meta right now down about 16% from the close. So QQQ is certainly going to put a lot of pressure. So today with a couple of the mega caps, we've seen obviously Tesla, a very extremely oversold stock, getting a massive gap up on earnings today, even though earnings were a complete horror show, double miss. Okay, our members were able to bank on a Tesla 155 call. We banked over 96% profit today. We also are holding common shares long on Tesla at this 148.83 average. We sold half of our shares today for a lovely 9.48% gain and still riding the rest with a break even stop loss. But to get back to my point, Tesla, horrific earnings, gapping up. Meta, pretty decent earnings, double beat, gapping down. So it just shows you how sometimes fundamentals can lead you astray in this market, and it's always good to pay attention to fundamentals, technicals, and really intermarket analysis. But it seems to be that the trend is they're pumping up oversold S&P 500 stocks, and they are obliterating the overbought NASDAQ and S&P 500 stocks. It was clear that Meta was into this huge resistance trend line, going back to your previous head and shoulders breakdown here from this massive 2022-2021 sell-off. And then ultimately you go to the monthly chart of Meta. Let me just scroll to the month. Take a look at that candle. Right from your IPO price in 2012 back to your pivot high, you're in that vicinity trying to break out. And this is one of the reasons why I swung a lotto put play on Meta. I called this out on my live stream today. We swung 450 puts, got filled at 610 a con. And look at this, deep in the money. We're talking about 413 right now. These put plays, if we open up in this 413 range, we're looking at between 500 to 600% gain on these puts. At the low of the 400 zone, I was looking at 762. So this is just some of the alpha that we've been able to extract and execute for our members and live traders on our YouTube stream. So I highly encourage you to check us out live on YouTube each day. We're free live trading, YouTube Trading Capital Inc. It will be posted in the link below. But this was one of the excellent trades that we called out yesterday. We were also bullish on Tesla going into earnings yesterday, and we banked. Today, we also closed our semiconductor long. So our members went long via SOXL, accumulated an average at 31.23. We were buying on Friday off of this Friday sell-off with both hands in anticipation of a dead cat bounce, and we got that. We banked tremendously on our SOXL, which we actually just exited today for just over 17% gain on the trade. We also caught MicroStrategy puts in the live stream. We also caught an Apple 170 call in the live stream that almost went in the money for us, and we took profits. And it's good to see a little bit of positivity, even with the NASDAQ right now. You look at the QQQ intraday chart. I'm going to flip back to the regular trading hours because we're still just teetering lower and lower and lower. Look at this head and shoulders on the intraday chart. Never triggered during the regular price action, and it just triggered with Meta's nasty gap down. So what is this telling us? This is telling us that there's likely a little bit more selling to take place tomorrow to bring us down to this 418.88. That's kind of your measured move to the downside. Obviously, with Meta being weak, if we start to see more and more capitulation coming into the Qs, since we already were in a pretty harsh sell-off in this zone, the market could easily come back down to its lows down here on the chart. So I'm watching this closely, but definitely a head and shoulders on the 10-minute chart of the Qs has triggered off of the back of Meta earnings. So I'm still looking for a little bit more downside heading into tomorrow. But other than that, we still have a large amount of mega cap earnings ahead of us. You have the likes of Google gapping down sharply. Google was an outperformer today, ripping, and now it's gapping down, getting hit on the communication side. We still have Amazon set to take place. Obviously, Microsoft and Apple also set to take place. So some massive, massive movers potentially still to come into tomorrow. And right now, the QQQ is not shedding up for a positive day tomorrow. It's actually set to gap down over 1% on the session. So if you've been finding it very tricky and troublesome to trade this market, earnings are always a wild card. You can get an upside move, you can get a downside move, but we've been able to call 2 for 2 so far in the mega cap space, and we're still looking to hopefully trend more calls in the right direction. On that note, thank you all for tuning into this video. Please give it a like down below. If you're interested in how I'm trading these mega caps into these earnings and a variety of other stocks, please check out tradingcapital.ca. But it was a stellar day for us here in the live day trade room and for us swing trading members and day trading members at tradingcapital.ca. Take care, everybody. We'll see you on the charts a bit later.